everyone. Welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective reading for Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. I've already shuffled the cards, and so I'm just going to cut them to get started. If you are so inclined, please like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell if you want to get notified of any future videos. And all right, let's get started. The cards have been pretty intense the past couple of weeks, I have to say. What's interesting is that with the transformation that we left yesterday's reading off with, it seems to be the starting point for today's reading, which is also really interesting to me. Page of Swords is that considering the new idea, moving through the new concept of self, and then the Two of Swords is the feeling like you don't know which way to go with things. The interesting thing about the Two of Swords for me is that it presents a third choice, but it presents a hidden third choice. So in the Morgan Greer, and I'm not sure about the Rider-Waite, I'd have to look up the image, but in the Morgan Greer, she has a belt, like a belt clasp on that has 3 like swirls on it. And what that does is it presents the idea that you're not seeing all of your available options, that you think it's the choice between one thing or the other thing, but really, with just a slight bit of an open mind, you might find that there's a third way through that's even more fitting than what you're currently considering possible, which is usually the correct way to go through things. You know, that third option is the way through. King of Pentacles energy, upright, which, well, this whole deck's upright, but I love the King of Pentacles now. When I was reading maybe 10 or so years ago, I would say my late 20s into my 30s, the King of Pentacles was a contentious energy for me because I grappled with a lot of the, I would say, more physical, real world, so to speak, elements of life. So the King of Pentacles now feels like a strong foundation, whereas before it felt like a vision of the world that I could never reach, kind of thing. So when the King of Pentacles comes up for me in this type of reading, where there's a choice to be had, where there's a transformation undergoing, it seems to me that there's a very real world aspect of this transition that's presented for today's reading, which is how you take action in the world. That Five of Wands is about picking your battles, that pointless, sometimes it represents a pointless battle or something that you've been fighting a long time that's really not going anywhere. And the artist brings through that creativity. Okay, so it's that idea that with a little creative thinking, with a little bit out of the box thinking, you might actually be able to transcend this stalemate that you're experiencing in your life. This feels very practical to me and not so nebulous or psychological as yesterday's reading did. This feels more like, how do we take that transformational information from yesterday and turn it into real action forward, or real action to, what's the word? To shore up our foundations that we've been working on for so long. Ten of Pentacles, again, with that physicality. The thing with the Ten of Pentacles is that it's all about stability and creating strong foundations and sharing that with others, just like the King of Pentacles represents that sort of magnanimous ability to share with everyone, to create a community based on a strong foundation as well. So something's coming through for me here. That Two of Swords keeps sort of popping out for me, especially considering that the sword on her, I guess it would be her right, is pointing to the sword on the page. So there's something to do with you changing your mind here. You changing your mind, ending a stalemate because of your change of mind, and then moving on to creating a stable foundation, or a more stable foundation to move forward with. It seems to me that there's something here that you know deep inside is true, but have yet to act upon in the real world. So today might feel a bit like admitting to yourself about something very real world oriented. So maybe the example that's coming up is Maybe you have this dream of being, like a super high powered business person, but you don't have any tolerance for like customer service. And you've been resisting the fact that to be in business, you have to talk to people constantly. You've been resisting it or glossing over the fact that there is a very necessary skill to achieve that goal that you are inherently resistant to, right? So this would present the opportunity for you to admit to your resistance, transition through it, have a new idea or find a new option through or around the goal, or to the goal. And that new idea creates the foundation you need to be able to assume that role. The Chariot, always when the Chariot shows up, it's self-driven transcendence. There's that aspect of whole self-awareness here. So whenever I see the horses, although they're lions in this deck, I guess, the thing about this is that they are inherent qualities within you. So the Chariot brings up this sort of, I'm transcending with full self-awareness of both my shadow and my light. There is an absolute strength and power in this card, but it's all about you finding your way through in your own way with full self-awareness. Okay. And that Hermit is kind of aligned with that, in that there's something you know to be true about yourself that you have been trying to sort of gloss over or not express or not validate in an effort to find your way to a goal. But you have to validate it. You have to express it, accept it, assume its qualities so that you can work with it or around it. Ooh, that one's flying out. Ooh, and it's the sun. Well, the sun took a little trip down to the floor, but here we go. I love the sun, that truth and illumination, that sense of yes. Yes, you'll make it through. Yes, you have a way forward. Yes, you will always be able to find your next steps if you admit how you're actually experiencing the circumstance or situation. If you can admit what you bring to the table, if you can admit what you're actually seeing, as opposed to going into any kind of denial. The sun is beautiful, especially with that Chariot at the bottom, because this is all about self-empowerment. This reading reads as transformation leading to self-empowerment based on a holistic view of who you are, a holistic view of the situation. So news could come about today that, funny enough, yesterday was about news coming in about a particular circumstance. This could be about a general one, something that's worldly, something that is may affect all of us, or all of us in a specific region. This could be widespread, this type of information. So it's something that affects a lot of people's physical circumstances, something that they have to reorganize themselves so that they don't end up on shaky ground. There's a couple of different themes this could show up as, but on a personal level, changing your mind, the transformation leading to a change of mind, leading to a third possibility, or path, leading to a stronger foundation based on what you actually know about yourself. I can see a lot of career changes in this reading. So if anyone's going through a career change or has decided that they want to work in a totally unique way, but they don't know exactly what what path towards that kind of way of working exists. For instance, if you are currently in corporate, but you really, really want to be working from home in a creative capacity, but you don't know how to bridge the gap, this is the reading that sets you up for finding that answer. Or at least that's how it reads to me. I like this for today. I'm going to leave it here. Maybe I'll just pull one more. Over the side. The Six of Cups. Okay, so the Six of Cups for me as that sort of last, lingering energy. It almost feels like it trails in after the energy of this reading. The Six of Cups is nostalgia, but it's also the meeting of soulmates and the experiencing or the re-emergence of a childlike, innocent perspective. So there's that sort of innocent hope factor there that probably leads into tomorrow's reading. If I can say anything about the way it feels, it's like this foundation that you're building here transitions into something that kind of brings you back to a starting point of some kind. especially if it's an emotional starting point. Obviously, it's a Cups card. So it feels like you're circling back to something, but at the same time moving into a completely new experience, which kind of fits with the astrology of the era, especially now into 2026. We have a lot of this type of energy happening, having to work and rework things to get back to a place that feels actually good to us. I think this starts now, which is the beauty of it. I also feel like if you get the chance to experience any little moments or glimmers, as they've been calling them, of that sort of innocent hope, that sort of, how do I say it? That refined experience of positivity that isn't laced with any realism or hard reality or adulting responsibilities. If you get any moments of that, let them move through, let them change you, enjoy them, and then let go and see if you can create some aspect of your reality within this energy. I feel like we need to get back to some of that, some of the way we originally were at our very start. So, very good. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a really good day. Bye.